Do they get not only in your path but in your head a little bit too? And the slam dunk by Russell. Well, I think he's one of the most entertaining offensive players in the league, and I just can't help but saying it that way.
Yo, what is good, man? It's your guy Tico, guys, and we are back with the NBA 2K23 updates. Today, we're going to talk about the NBA 2K22 player likeness updates versus the NBA 2K23 player likeness updates. And shout out to Levivens and shout out to Jumpman Germs. This is exactly where I'm getting this footage from on Twitter. I seen some stuff that was leaked with the current gen photos for all my current GNGs, and from what I've seen, it looked pretty good as far as a player likeness update, textures, and being up to speed with next gen. So with that being said, bro, let's go ahead and look at these comparisons and see what's up. And shout out to the current gen and all of the G's on the channel. Shout out to y'all, man. It's your guy Tico. We are back, and let's get back into it right now. Let's get it. All right, guys, we are back, and today we're gonna go over what Jumpman Germ did. He actually put some comparison pictures together in NBA 2K22 and NBA 2K23. So he has the versus situation going on. Like I said before, it's been some leaks allegedly leaked that current gen actually has really good looking player models. So the current GNGs, if you're a G, the models are gonna be dope from what I'm hearing. So with that being said, guys, let's get into it right now. All right, guys, so here we go right now. Basically what we're gonna do is look at Devin Booker and click on it to see what Germ did. So 2K22 version on the left, 2K23 version on the right. And as you can see, Devin Booker has a really realistic looking face on the right side. And you gotta remember too, they're using new technology. They're actually using the Facescan rig and getting stuff better and getting it captured a lot better than what it was before. So if you look on the left, so it's more of an artsy look versus a player likeness scan on the right. If you look on the right side, you see the scan look, and the scan looks very good. It's down to a T, and you know 2K got it right because Devin actually scanned, got his actual jump shot animations in there. If you didn't see, a few days ago 2K uploaded a video to their actual 2K YouTube channel, and it showed the animations and them getting the real actual jump shots of Devin Booker. So if you see on the screen right now, if you look, you do see this one on the left. This one looks kind of cartoony versus the one on the right gives you more of a realistic looking person from a scan in NBA 2K23. So this is dope. We do see progress, and shout out to Jumpman Germ for putting this together. All right, let's go to the next player though. The second player we're going to look at is the Michael Jordan back in the 80s. We're going to do 85 Jordan with the gold chain. As you can see on the left side, this is more artsy when it comes to like the actual scan. I guess, I don't know if it was scanned. I think Jordan may have scanned in the game, but as you can see, the one on the right side looks so much like Michael Jordan. It looks a lot more realistic. If you look at the hair on it, you see like a taper fade, or the hair is kind of thin on the sides, and you see the hair. The hair has a lot more detail than the one on the left. The one on the left looks good, don't get me wrong, but the one on the right looks more human to life, and I really like the one on the right. Y'all let me know in the comment section below which one y'all think is the best. I think the one on the right is the best, and that's just what I think. That's just my attitude about it. And like I said, I seen something for current gen that, yeah, I'm not gonna even want to talk about it right now, but when they drop it, we're gonna drop it on the channel. So let's go to the next player though. Now we're looking at the 90s Jordan, bro. And as you can see on the left side, 90s Jordan has like a smaller head versus the Jordan on the right, which has a wider head, and it does not look bad. I think this one looks really good. I think the younger one looked better to me, like in general, just overall when it comes to Jordan. That younger one really hit it. It really set the bar for the update in 2K23. So if you go back to the one on the left, it doesn't look too bad. It looks pretty freaking good, but I like the one on the right. The one on the right gives me the actual Michael Jordan realistic vibes in the 90s, because I was a kid watching Jordan in the 90s. So this is the, man, I like that one. Now we're gonna look at Giannis Antetokounmpo, and if you look on the left side, you can tell that this Giannis was updated a few times in NBA 2K22, and it does look pretty good. But the one in 2K23 had the actual like angles, and the way that the face is shaped looks really good. It's almost identical, but you can just tell that 2K put a little bit more into the one on the right side, which is 2K23. But if you go back to the left, it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad, and it didn't look bad in the first place. But you know, when you have a new game, you want the players and the characters to fit the environment. You want them to fit the environment so everything can look right and can fit into the same game, versus having an old face from an old game into the new game. Yeah, and this one does not look bad at all. Let's go ahead and go to the next player. Let's look at the next face. Now we got Luka the Don, aka Luka Doncic. And with Luka, as you can see on the left side, his face was a lot fatter. The face was fatter for Michael Jordan in 2K23 when I was going over the Jordan ones, but as far as like the way the faces are shaped, I think 2K, they're really trying to get the faces correct when it comes to like the face shape. So if you look at the one on the left, you see Luka, which is 2K22, and if you look on the right, Luka 2K23 with the thinner face. And I went over this in the video before with the thinner face with Luka, and it just looks better and it has a lot more detail than the previous one from NBA 2K22. And the one on 2K22 didn't look bad. It's just the one on 2K23 that has a lot more detail, and the scan rig does do the job, and the art team does do the job. They do the job when it comes to getting things looking good, and I can't wait for 2K23 for real, bro. Let's go to the next player though. Now we're gonna look at the Big Baller Brand situation. Well, Lonzo's really not with Big Baller Brand no more, but he is good with his pops, and as you can see on the left side, you see a more of a cartoony looking Lonzo Ball. As you can see, I like how Jumpman Germ went in and did his own screenshots and added the right players like Alvarado and Lonzo, and kind of in the same motion where you can actually compare them. So shout out to Jumpman Germ for that. This looks good, but this one on the right looks more realistic. The face is like so much detail, and the eyes are a lot tighter, and the beard. Hopefully we can have a hairstyle change option when it comes to 2K23, when it comes to Lonzo Ball, because he sometimes switches his hair up, and I know everybody would like that. I know that hairstyle change option may not make it to current gen, but if they sneak it in current gen or old gen or whatever, Gen 4, I think people will be very excited about that, because they give you an option. And if they do that, I know the community is going to be hyped for the people who cannot afford or even get their hands on a next gen console right now, which is the current gen, but Gen 5 is what you want to call it. But yeah, I think the Lonzo on the right looks much better. It's a good update for 2K23, and I am with it. And the one on the left, you just now get to the surface of things with that one, but we've made it to the new Lonzo. So with that being said, let's look at the next player. Now we're gonna look at Jordan Poole. Now everybody was excited about the Jordan Poole update in 2K22, and if you look on the left side, it is not a bad looking Jordan Poole at all. It does not look that bad. It looks pretty freaking good. But if you go to the right side, you see a more realistic looking Jordan Poole, and it's like they're putting more work, more effort into getting the players to look just like themselves in the game, and especially when the actual NBA players want the scans to look just like themselves. When I was watching 2K TV, and I think it was Benedict Mathurin, he was saying something about how he wanted his scan to look just like himself. And then the woman who did the interview, forgot her name, I'm sorry about that, but she said, you don't want your jump shot, you know, fixed. And he was like, yeah, I want the jump shot fixed and I want my rating fixed, but I want to look just like myself, because I can work on my rating anytime or play good in the season when I get playtime. So a lot of these players really do want them to look like themselves with the player likeness updates. And I do like this Jordan Poole. It's very detailed. The tongue hanging out the mouth is, I guess that's something that they wanted to show over at 2K, because this looks really good. And I'm really excited to actually get my hands on this version on 2K23 of Jordan Poole. And I will be breaking it down when it actually comes out. And I will be breaking down the likeness updates for every single player in the game that was changed. So with that being said, I'm picking the one on the right. The one on the left does not look bad, but the right is always doing what it's doing. So let's hit the next player though. Now let's talk about Night Night, aka Steph Curry, aka the NBA champ. Look at him on the left side. This was good because people really wanted him with the short hair. And the one with the long hair wasn't bad either, but this faded one right here is pretty dope. It looks really good, but if you go to the right now, we're getting a lot more detail. We're getting a lot more. The hair is a little bit longer, which I said before in the previous video, but these are just the nuggets that you find when you go back and look at this stuff twice. Some people say, Tico, you missed a few things, and Jumpman Germ had these comparisons out, but with that said, man, this stuff looks really good. And his skin tone, as you can see, the colors in 2K pretty much changed too as well. And that's one thing that I want to happen, is the colors to change, because it was something kind of weird about the color of the next gen version or the newer gen version of 2K versus the old gen version. If you look at these side by side, you can see the color palettes looking different, and this kind of has a darker look, and Curry's a little bit more red than he is light skin, like yellow. So with that being said, I do like this one, and let's go ahead and go look at the next player. All right, so we're gonna look at Klay Thompson, and Klay was just kind of fixed on the fly because he came back from an injury, and he had a headband, and he did a lot, you know, to make himself look good in the game of basketball. But if you look, the one on the left is 2K22. You do see Klay, and if you look on the right, he looks a lot more realistic. So it's just pretty much the same thing when it comes to what 2K is doing with the consistency of NBA 2K23, which I like, and I'm not mad at it. Now, I do want to see more gameplay, and I think sometime this week we'll get more rollouts to see more stuff. I even found some Easter eggs in those gameplay drops that Mike Wang dropped last week on the NBA 2K23. So we're gonna look at those as well too. Now we're looking at Big Bron, bro. Big Bron does not look much different. It does look like the same Bron, but the Bron on the right for 2K23 looks a little bit more detailed and realistic. Now, I wish that LeBron James would sit down and scan his face in the game all over again for 2K, because a fresh brand new scan for LeBron James would be amazing if he did so, because then it gives us like the ammunition to have a newer Bron in the game. And Bron is gonna, yeah, Bron is an icon, bro. Bron is that dude. So he grew on me a lot, and I think that he should really have perfect representation in NBA 2K, in all 2K games, like any video game, period, because LeBron James is LeBron James, right? Even in this new fighting game, they got LeBron James. I think it's called, like, I forgot the name of it, something about multiverse or something like that, but LeBron James is in the game, and it's pretty crazy how much influence he has. But if you go back to the left, not bad, but it just would be really good to get a brand new scan of Bron. I've got NBA 2K 14 LeBron James. I'll show you some footage on the screen right now. And if you look at this LeBron right here, it looks really, really good. It looks really dope, and I really like it. It was video game James when he was actually scanned in when the new gen consoles came out for like Xbox One, PS4. That LeBron James looked amazing, and the gameplay for 2K14 was awesome too, because I played a game, you know, with the Lakers versus the Heat, and it was dope. But the NBA Live version too, I want to throw on the screen and show you guys of LeBron. Now, the thing with this is the old scan that Erica told me that they got for Live. It was an old one, and they just like updated it via the art, and they did a great job on it, because Live 19's Bron was amazing and it looked great. And now we're gonna go back to 2K23's Bron that Jumpman Germ did a comparison about with the verses, and I mean, it does look good. I'm ready to see it like in my room, like on my screen, and just see what it looks like so we can break it down on the channel. But let's go to the next player. Let's get it. Now we got the boy Jaylen Brown on the left side. As you can see, a low fade Jaylen Brown with a big beard, brand new face scan for 2K22. I think he got 2 updates. I think Jaylen Brown got 2 updates in NBA 2K22. And yeah, so he had a hair update, he had a beard update, and he had a face scan update. So yeah, some general likeness updates and a face scan update, and you can see that he has that in 2K22. But if you go to 2K23, he has his braids, and they have it up to date just like he was when he was in the playoffs and in the finals, and it looks pretty good. Let me get the mouse off his face. Bruh. But it looks pretty good. I do like it, and they did take the shirt off. Somebody caught that in one of my previous videos and said that they took the shirt off for him. I did see a shot in the trailer where he had the shirt on and then he had the shirt off, but the shirt is off right here, and as you can see, it looks pretty good, which I like the Jaylen Brown. So that's that. Patrick Williams got an update. He got a face scan update, and he got braids on his update, and I'm gonna find that. I'm actually gonna throw that on the screen so you can see it, and I can just talk right now, and I can see where Lonzo is shooting the ball, and you can actually see Patrick Williams in the background with braids. And it's just crazy how he got braids now and how they changing things up. So by the time the game drops, we should have some serious updates with likeness updates and scans and stuff like that. And I'm gonna really break that down for you guys, where we could just have fun on the channel and run the numbers up, bro, because it's gonna be crazy with a 2K23. I'm gonna cover all gens, and you're gonna be happy because I'm still gonna do it, and the Switch too. So I'm not going nowhere. I'm gonna do those, and the channel's gonna have coverage over all of the versions of NBA 2K23. So in the trailer, someone pointed out in the comment section below that Anthony Edwards had a different hairstyle, but his head was turned, and Jumpman Germ actually had Anthony Edwards in these tweets, in this thread, but I cannot find it anymore. I don't know what happened to it. I can scroll and see if I can find it real quick, but I don't see anything else. But I do have a screenshot that I took that I can throw up on the screen right now, and you can look at it. Now, if you look at the back of the head of Anthony Edwards, you see that he had his hair updated in the game. Now, the face may be the same still, but I know for sure that Anthony Edwards was talking to EA about scanning him in the game. But I know that he added 2K2 as well for his face scan, because someone said that he did not have a face scan in the game, and AE wanted a face scan. So with that being said, we are 9 times out of 10 likely going to get a face scan for Anthony Edwards. So be ready to be shocked and surprised to see a fire face scan and player likeness update for AE Ant-Man, aka Anthony Edwards. So with that being said, guys, this is going to wrap up the video. I just wanted to drop something for you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, follow me on Twitter, and don't forget to hit that like button. It helps us a lot in the YouTube algorithm to continue to grow the channel. And I'll be back with more videos. I know I've been gone. I was on a fast. I was fasting away, trying to figure things out. And now I'm back from that fast, so I'm back on the channel. Anyway, with that being said, it's your guy Tico. I am back and I am out. Peace.